we still made it happen after the call stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the hand started. We're gonna take as many shares as possible. So anything you've learned for Super, something you appreciate Super for, we're gonna record this call, you guys. He did 2 LDWs back to back and still hopped on this call. So to show how much we appreciate him and to show him that we still made the call happen. Anything you ever learned from Super Mario, anything you appreciate him for, get your hand raised. We're gonna share it and then say this, record it, and send it to the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all started.
Hey guys, Liz here in Tampa. One of the best things I've learned and favorite things I've learned, which literally goes through this, is every single opportunity you have to talk, because it's going to prepare you for later. It's going to prepare you for when you're on stage. It's going to prepare you for presenting the marketing plan. Every time you talk, just do it.
What up, everybody? One half of the McClain gang over here, the other gang over here. You guys probably can't see us, but we very appreciative of Super for all of his hard work and his great leadership, always being there no matter what. From all of the leaders, just listening to them talk about Super so highly and how he showed up no matter what, how he just took his him being on parole and didn't let it defeat him, and he just went hard with it. So we just wanted to show our appreciation to Super and all his hard work and all his nuggets that he gives us every Monday, even though he probably don't get any sleep. So just wanted to throw that out there. You guys have an amazing day.
Yo, what's up, you guys? Kimmy out in Austin, Texas. So super grateful for him. Matter of fact, I just want to show everybody, because you speak on the calls. Seven's laughing at me. All I did was compliment Super. So I'm gonna let y'all know Super's love language is words of affirmation. So if you appreciate him, I suggest you raise your hand. I got this jersey that he was wearing like 6 Mondays ago. I have not missed a Monday call ever, even though I look raggedy and I'm taking my hair down. Still on the call, giving it my all, you guys. So super excited, and thank you, Super. Always leading from the front. Like, you don't have to open this call to sidelines or to people that are not in your direct organization. And I'm even looking on the line, and I see a lot of people that aren't even an Urban Hero on the line. So that's super cool that he opened this up for people. So thank you for letting me share. Love you, Super. And yeah, my vision board's right there.
What up, guys? Great night. Happy Monday. My name is Ashley. I'm from San Diego. I just want to give big ups to Sue, because I definitely still would not be in this business if it wasn't for the sideline relationships we get to create, as well as how much he pours over and into this team. So all teams, regardless of organization. But what I took from Sue when my first time ever getting on the call is he's like, you just sell anything and everything. There's 200 products to choose from. Choose from anything. It's not just shakes. There's so much more to offer people. If they're tired, if their skin is kind of raggedy, glow them up no matter what. So it doesn't have to be a full plan all the time, but just get really familiar with the products. And that's what I took from Soup, and that's what I use every single day. So I'm super grateful. Thank you for letting me share.
What's up, everybody? Super grateful. Kimmy, it's funny you brought up the jersey. I did the same thing, told him I liked the jersey, and it was like the week before my birthday. He sent mine's actually upstairs. But one of the things that I wanted to share was that one thing Super does is that he keeps you on your toes no matter what, and it's never like, oh, why you not doing what you're supposed to? Like, it's more so of a like, hold on, wait, like, he's serious. One thing, we were talking one day when he asked me what was my last name for the jersey, and he was like, oh yeah, I should know that, but you got to get on the list, like get on the list so I can see your name more. Ever since then, it's like I've been showing up back to back. So it's just like Super always will keep you on your toes, and I'm grateful for that, just because it's like, who don't need somebody that's gonna always keep you on your toes no matter what, and never gonna put you down about what you are doing and showing up for. Just like, no, I know you can be doing better. You know you can be doing better, so do that. So that's all I am on. No, all gas, no brakes. Thank you, Super, again.
What's up, guys? My name is Tiff from Austin, Texas. Big shout out to Super, because I went to my first STS in San Antonio, December 2017. Kimmy's my sponsor, my coach. Shout out to Kimmy. But I went to the STS. I knew he was speaking, but I really didn't know nothing about him or like a lot about the Herbalife business. And like you guys, like literally I set up as a preferred member the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday. I went to the STS, I think it was December 2nd or the 3rd. And I literally I switched or converted to distributor a week later because I was so inspired by his like story. And I'm not a felon or anything, not to like shade him or anything like that, but I know some people that, you know, have some like, you know, criminal backgrounds or whatever. And just hearing his story like really inspired me. And I was like, you know what, if he can do it, I can definitely do it. Like if someone's on house arrest, I can definitely do it. So thanks to him and like listening to his story, I converted as a distributor. I've always, almost always been on all the calls. And it's so empowering to just see him like lead from the front, no matter like where or which country he's in, he's always showing up no matter what. And that just, you know, that fires me up. And also the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from him was when he always says this, but he always says use word talk. But there was like one call where he said use word talk and abuse the products. And so like if you don't have, or if you're not ordering like your personal consumption every month, like you need to get on that, because you have to use the products to talk to other people about Herbalife and get them enrolled into the business and all that good stuff. So big shout out to Super Mario. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Yes, big shout outs to my OG. I call him my OG because he was like one of the first persons that I reached out to when I first started the business. And I remember him sending me a clip of him speaking at a LDW, and I remember crying tears. And I was like, I could do this forever for real. And then like we just started this real cool relationship. And then I reach out to Soup. Soup says nobody calls him, but I call him and I text him every now and again. So I remember him telling me and telling us a couple of weeks ago, I started this 30-day thing where I was doing 30 days of Proverbs. And then because I saw him doing it one time, and then what he did, he called him and he was like, yo, you got to do stuff that feeds your soul. And for these 30 days, like has been like one of the most focused days in my entire life. No music, just really reading, studying. And then this has been probably the best for our business this month. And I think it's because of the focus. And the biggest takeaway from Soup is short-term memory. Like if it happened yesterday, it happened. You can't do nothing about it. Keep going, let's go. So that's something that we pass down to our team, like short-term memory, declutter, let's go. So so appreciate you, OG. Don't know. Pop, pop.
Hey guys, Josh Bless here from the ATL. So first of all, thank you for the leadership for stepping in and of course keeping our call going. But that's also an appreciative thing for Super, because if he didn't create this type of environment, then we wouldn't really have the type of leadership where they know when to step in and to really, you know, help him out in the time of need. But one thing that I actually just got reminded of with Super is don't take advantage of these calls. Like, we have a really, really, really strong organization and we have access to all of them. Like, literally, there's never been a moment where I felt like I had to be turned away or anything like that. You have access to all these leaders. And Super, especially because he's one of our press team members, and it's really important to understand the value that you're getting with, you know, just being in this org. So that's something that I got reminded of, and never missing a call. And that's actually a declaration of mine this month, is because I used to be really, really good about it. But, you know, when things go wrong, you have to learn how to get back to the basics. So that is my share, and thank you for letting me share.
It is me looking like myself. What's up, you guys? I'm Adrienne from Chicago. Seven said, like, what do we have to share? Whatever we have to share. And she said some of us have been on this call since like forever ago. And I was like, you know what? That's true. So I tucked and rolled out of the bed and went to the notebooks, which I have had from being in this business for like 3 years. But I actually had to take And this man opened his home to me. Like, he had me, a stranger, in his home. Never met this man before, never had a conversation. All I could even say thank you was like bust, like wash them dishes as soon as I got up in the morning. It was nothing else I could say. And just to know that you come from a lineage like that, that's just like down to earth, never too big, humble, helpful, is so dope to me. And the nugget that he gave me out of nowhere, he asked me like, what was it that I felt that was keeping me from growing? And I had a bunch of excuses, of course, but the man said out of his mouth, he was just like, it's already in you, manifested. And that was the biggest thing he could have said to me. Like, out of all the notebooks, all the nuggets, all the notes, whatever we come and listen to every Monday, every Saturday to stay connected at SPS, it's already in you, just manifested. Thank you for coming.
Hey guys, this is Amani again. So I am so grateful for Super because he is such literally a humble person. Even though we get the honor of having him as our press team upline, his yes is so much more powerful than I don't know if you realize it. Only because he notices what we're doing and what we're not doing. And when you don't think he's watching, he's literally watching. I once was the person who would drop personal development every morning without a doubt in the chat. And then I went through something and Super noticed and he reached out to me. He wanted to talk about it. And I honestly didn't think he really cared that I dropped the personal development, that he even listened. He noticed it. And he was the one who made me realize that people are always watching when you don't even know that they're watching, and that you should always show up for yourself more than anything, because you leading from the front is going to help others follow and want to lead also. So thank you so much for letting me share.
Hey guys, I didn't get to share earlier. It's Rosanna out in Atlanta, one half of Virgin Islands Fit Couple. I think one common thing that everyone is saying is how humble Super is, and that's exactly what I wanted to share. Of course, he's a press team member, and we ought to have high respect for him, the way we speak to him and everything, but I don't think that we take advantage of the hand that he stretches out to us. When we called him, I believe it was last week or a week before, we called him to speak to him. It really touched our hearts when he said, "Thank you for calling. Nobody from my org calls." So I think we all need to take advantage to call him and say, "Hey, this is what I have planned. This is what I'd like to do. Can you give me advice?" I know we all say that if it's on myherbalife.com, don't ask. But for other things that you have planned, feel free to reach out to him anytime. And I kid you not, he's going to answer your call. He's going to answer your messages once he's not busy. And he really values everyone in his organization. One big thing that we've learned that has grown our business is when we go to him and we say, "Hey, we have this plan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that." He stops us in our tracks and he asks us, "Okay, so what's the plan? What are you going to do to get there?" That's all I care to hear. So make sure you take advantage of the friendship and the relationship that he's offering to each and every one of us. Super Uncle, I love you so much. Eunice loves you. So thank you for allowing us to share.
Hi guys, Kathy here out of New York. I'm grateful because this platform has been open. My upline is Theo, and my upline press team is Brian. So we are kind of in the same org, but like sidelines, and just the importance of like how important building sideline relationships are. He used to send this recording to my sponsor on Tuesdays. So she would share it with us, and then she would share it with us, and then I was able to watch it. And you all know, like, we all can say, like, getting on a call when it's happening and then watching the recording is just different. You still can get the information, but it's different than actually showing up to the event while it's going on. So I'm just super grateful, and that he stays in a place where it's like you're serving. Like, Herbalife is not just about the people that I bring in, but what I can add value across the entire company. And for me, that's super, super, super important, because so many pivotal moments in my Herbalife journey definitely came from sideline relationships that I was able to build by just watching other people build those sideline relationships and knowing that you can go to other people and you can create these relationships and just build more leadership within yourself for the team that you're gonna attract. So thank you for letting me share.
Hi, good night, everybody. My name is Nina, and I am super grateful to even have the opportunity to be on this call. I reached out to a few people, and it was such a privilege and just so humbling to know that, you know, you can reach out and there's somebody there that is actually willing to grab your hand, you know, and help you along the way. So I just want to thank Super for allowing not only this himself to be reflected in his downlines and his organization, but just for him to embrace what it means to be Herba family and family period. That's something that we definitely take for granted. And like a lot of you had said, I've met Super before, and he is just a ball of energy. I absolutely love his vibe. And just to be able to connect, to learn, to grow, and to just be humbled, you know, because it's not everybody that's willing to open up and share and pour into you. So what you guys have is gold. And I just encourage everybody to just take full advantage of what you have, because there are people out there that's wishing that they had that kind of relationship. You know what I mean? So I'm super grateful to just be able to be here and to just be poured into, to learn, and to just build relationships with you guys. So thank you so much, Super. Thank you so much to everybody that I reached out to before. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
Thank you guys for all the shares. I literally can't wait to get this video back to Super. I'll go ahead and tell you guys my biggest learning moment from Super. Actually, last year, September, I was a brand new supervisor, and I was posting out I was about to go to LA, and Super had hit me up. He like, oh, you about to be in LA? I'm a pull up. And so I was like, yeah, right. They said President's Team, the biggest party ever. Like, you about to pull up on me, little old new supervisor, and come talk to me. And y'all, Super literally pulled up and was just like, what's up? You want to know what's good to eat out here or whatever? Like, where you want to go, what you got planned? Do you have a ride to your Airbnb? And it was just like so breathtaking to me, because I'm like, oh, and Herbalife, y'all really here to help. Like, and me being brand new in the business and coming from the hair industry, I wasn't used to people like willingly just helping you and offering out information, especially being in the top 1% of the business. Like, it's a lot of different organizations where you can't get that much access to a President's Team member's time, especially as a brand new supervisor being non-tab. And I was literally like, wow, this is amazing. Like, you're really just trying to make a genuine connection with me because I'm a part of your team. And I'm nowhere near Super's front line. Nowhere near Super's front line. So I was just like, this was amazing. So being able to have that moment, and then being at the 5K dinner that he had for our organization for Extravaganza. And first of all, we went to a super nice place. Super nice, LOL. We went to a super nice place, and we were sitting in there, and, you know, Super like, it's no limit to what y'all want. Like, order y'all on drinks or whatever else. Y'all deserve it. Y'all work for it. So as we were sitting in there, I started literally I started getting chills, and it felt like I couldn't talk like how I wanted to. And we went around and started saying why we were grateful for Super. And when it got to me, I almost couldn't speak, because I had to realize, with me coming from being suicidal, that this man literally is a part of what changed my life and saved my life. And we never looked so far up to think about really what were you doing before you started Herbalife, that day before. And it was Super's unwavering consistency, him deciding to say yes, him being ignorance on fire, him saying no matter what. I've never personally even heard Super speak on a problem. So just sitting there knowing, I'm like, okay, well, I got to speak next. And I'm like, wow, it had hit me right then and there that this man is literally a part of what saved my life, just by staying around and being so open to everybody. And the door is always open, and he's always giving it. Everybody can get on our calls, and everybody can get our recordings, and information is available to everybody, and him never just not showing up. Even 2 LDWs back to back, still get it on the call, service in and out, still not showing up, always continuing to stay. And it's just we have to take a moment to really sit back and realize that it wasn't for Super's yes and him staying around and being consistent and relentless in his actions, that I wouldn't be changing my life right now. I wouldn't be engaged. I wouldn't know some of my best friends in the business. I just wouldn't be in this space. And if you ever take the time to look back, especially if Super is far up in your lineage, to be like, wow, it was because of how you handled your business for years that I'm here. How you handled your business for years that I get to earn extra income. How you handled your business for years that if you're in our org, you understand that showing up in our org, you don't really got to do nothing but show up because we're handed everything. How you handled yourself for years, I get to be able to come into this business and decide what path I want to take. Super never gonna tell you can't go fast. He gonna say, do it. He never gonna tell you that you can't do something. If you ask him a question, he'll give you access to it. So what he's done for years have brought us to this point. So if anything you can do is just always add value and be super grateful because it was his yes that got us to this day. His yes that got us to this point. His yes that, like you're even hearing, sideline relationships grew them, grew other organizations. When I first joined, I thought Kimmy and Cam was part of our family. Like literally grew everybody. So I'm super thankful for what Super is able to give to us. And if anytime you get a chance, just simply tell him thank you. It doesn't have to be an explanation. It doesn't have to be anything behind it, but just say thank you, because if it was not for him and his yes, and Brian Holyfield's yes, and Garen's yes, you have to just continuously look up to these people and say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being consistent. Thank you for always getting on this Monday call, because this Monday call is what got me the supervisor. Thank you for just always being here. And next Monday, y'all know we'll be right back. I can't wait to send this video to Super, and we don't have anything else, so I'll just go ahead and fire me up.
I know we just signed, but
Yeah.
I need my advance on the next one too. They know I'm
song.
Yeah. I need it. Cause they need some really better be coming with no strings.
Thank you, Super.
Hey, Seven, you did your thing. Thank you.
Come help me with my hair.
I got a really big team. They need some really big.
Thank you, Super. I appreciate everything. Laura from Florida.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.
What we talking to?
Would you like to watch?
Anybody out there?